Negotiations continue in the Israel-Hamas war as fighting has spread to multiple fronts. In the latest, US President Joe Biden and Qatari Emir discussed the need to release Gaza hostages over phone call. Both the leaders also discussed measures to strengthen humanitarian aid to Gaza. As for the White House, the Qatari state news agency reported that the leaders spoke about efforts to reach a permanent ceasefire. Meanwhile, tensions continue to flare up in the Red Sea. The Israeli army has released footage of what it says is a hostile aerial target heading towards Israel being shot down by its fighter jet over the Red Sea. The Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant said that his country is in a multi-front war and are coming under attack from 7 different theaters. He said that Israel has responded and taken action in at least 6 of these theaters. Deadly US strikes also hit Iraq. Strikes targeted pro-Iranian forces in the country. Iraqi government says 1 member of its security forces was killed and 18 were injured. US says its retaliatory strikes came a day after 3 of its military personnel were wounded in an attack on its base. Explosions were also reportedly heard off the coast of Egypt's Sinai Peninsula. While the Israeli military said an anti-tank missile fired by Lebanon's Hezbollah group wounded 9 of its soldiers. Hezbollah has announced the death of 2 of its militants. The militant group has released a video showing it targeting Israeli soldiers in the farms of the Doviv settlement on the Lebanese-Israel border. On the other hand, fighting continues in Gaza. The Israeli army said that it had struck more than 100 targets in the last 24 hours. Including Hamas military sites, tunnel shafts and other infrastructure. The IDF announced on Tuesday that 3 more soldiers had been killed in fighting in the Gaza Strip, bringing the toll of killed troops since the start of the ground offensive to 161. Hamas-run health ministry says at least 30 people died in strikes in southern Gaza's Khan Yunis. These are the visuals from Beit Lahia in northern Gaza. The Israeli strikes here destroyed multiple buildings, including the Indonesian hospital. While this is an Israeli army video showing its forces entering camps in the center of the Gaza Strip, the army says it has expanded its fight to the densely populated urban refugee camps in the central part of the besieged territory. While Hamas released footage showing the group's military wing targeting Israeli military vehicles in northern Gaza. Well, WION cannot verify the location and date when the video was shot. Meanwhile, the United Nations has named outgoing Dutch Finance Minister Sigrid Kaag as its humanitarian coordinator for Gaza. This follows last week's watered-down Security Council resolution, which called for aid to be supplied to Gaza at scale and at the earliest.